Fan Appreciation Month here on Reaction and Review. Tonight, guys, we're checking out a film from 1986. That movie is TerrorVision. Now, TerrorVision, I really don't know a whole lot about it outside of what I read on the back of the Blu-ray case. Apparently, the movie is about a family who recently got a satellite dish, and back in the 1980s, having a satellite dish was a big deal. Big deal not only in the fact that it was a status symbol, but also a big deal in the sense that the satellite dish was fucking massive. But anyway, and their satellite dish apparently is working as some kind of a conduit that's beaming monsters into their home. That's really about all I know about it. That plot sounds amazing. I don't know anything else about this movie beyond that, but frankly, that all by itself sounds really friggin' cool. I'm certainly hoping for this movie to be decent. I honestly have no earthly clue if it is, but the only way I'm going to find out, guys, is if I shut up and I push play, and I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out TerrorVision. Okay, so Grandpa not only has a fallout shelter in the basement, but my God, he's got a fuckload of guns. No, seriously, guys, I actually kind of like to live in that fucking fallout fucking shelter, because then, at least I knew then that if anything came in, I wouldn't have to worry about much, because I'd have a gun every 6 inches from me. I could shoot anything which friggin' comes in. Sounds awesome to me. I'm really sorry, guys, that I haven't said anything. It's just, I'm kind of sort of sucked into how cheesy and bizarre this fucking movie is. It is really, really interesting. There's just not really a whole lot to talk about right now. I will say that the one friggin' kill we saw was really awesome, really kind of gory. But really, beyond that, there's not much else to really talk about. I will say, though, that it is certainly a fun movie. Well, guys, I find this kind of fascinating. Our 3 surviving characters have, or well, at least they're trying to tame this, monster, which is really cool and all, but I don't think that they've yet grasped the fact that it's killed 6 people in about the last, hour. 3 of which were direct family members. But hey, fuck all of that. We taught it how to eat, and we're teaching it how to speak, so I guess that amounts to something, you know what I mean? So, you're telling me that Medusa wears that gaudy headpiece even when she goes to parties? That really shitty plastic snake headpiece she wears on TV, she wears it to parties also. That just seems kind of weird to me, guys. You'd actually think that you'd want to look at least decent when you go out in public, not wearing a shitty plastic snake wig. I'm sorry, guys, it just looks really fucking odd to me, alright? Well, guys, that was TerrorVision. I was not expecting that fucking ending. That was really friggin' cool. Alright, let me shut that off. Okay, honest to God, guys, when I went into this, I kind of assumed that TerrorVision was going to be a horror movie. It isn't. I want to make that point real clear right now. No, this thing is a horror comedy, and it very much skews more in the direction of comedy, which is amazing. I love that. Now, man, where to start? Okay, let's start with the writing. Why not? One problem that this movie has, mind you, it's a real small problem. I'm not about to sit there and go, oh my God, this is such a huge issue. Our characters are really, really shallow. There really is no depth amongst any of these characters, but that honestly is what kind of makes it fun, is that nobody has any personality, nobody has any real depth. We're working with a mountain of, stereotypes and nothing else. Grandpa is some kind of, a fucking, survivalist, doomsday fucking prepping nut fucking job, who's converted the basement into a bomb shelter, has dozens of guns and plastic fucking explosives, and there's subtle hints that he is worried that the fucking commies are gonna bomb the shit out of us at any given moment. So he's always interested in troop movements. He mentions troop movements at least 3 times over his time in the film. Susie, who's the eldest child of the family, she basically is a stereotypical 80s punk fucking chick. She literally is just a punk rock chick with all of the like goofy looking multi fucking colored hair and shit. She has no personality outside of that. Her boyfriend, whose name is OD, is basically just a fucking like punk rock scumbag. Yeah, there really is no personality here outside of shit that you could literally sum up in about 2 words, and that's fine. Because for this movie, it actually kind of works. It really doesn't matter what goes on with Susie and Sherman and their parents, Raquel and Stan. It doesn't matter what goes on with them. It doesn't matter what happens with any of this shit. What matters is we have this cheesy, goofy family who just put in a satellite dish. The satellite dish picks up the signal of a monster that was blasted into space, because apparently that is how Pluto deals with its garbage. At least I believe they said it was Pluto. They just zap their garbage into fucking space. So they launched the creature into fucking space. The creature apparently was a house pet, and apparently that breed of house pet is normally really nice and really lovable until it friggin' mutates. So, and then when it mutates, it becomes a soulless, heartless, monstrous, mass-eating, killing fucking machine. So, so at least we know that the thing used to be a house pet. It's just basically goofy, stupid fun for about 90 minutes, and it's fantastic at doing that. It really is. And like I said, under normal circumstances, I would probably say that having shallow characters for this would be a horrible thing. But really, you barely fucking notice, because everything is just going by so fast, and the jokes work so well, and the stuff involving the monster is so cool, that you don't care that these characters are shallow as shit. It actually almost benefits the film that these characters have no real personality, and we're not being bogged down by tons and tons of depth that really doesn't have to be there. So yeah, writing here is simple, basic shit, and that's fine. I am all for a basic, simple, borderline pointless movie as long as it's fun. And goddamn, is this thing ever fun. What I really like about the writing, and this is something that I was not really expecting going in, is that the dialogue in this movie is shockingly clean. Save for the last, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, when characters actually start fucking swearing, there's almost no swearing for the first hour and 15 or so of this friggin' movie. Everything is ultra clean, almost PG level, dialogue, which is amazing. And it actually kind of sort of helps add to the cheesy feel of the whole movie, that we have this really clean dialogue that you just do not expect from a movie that is rated R. In fact, for the longest time, I honestly thought that it was only going to be rated R because of the nude fucking paintings on a whole lot of the walls, and the fountain in front of the front door with water jetting out of a woman's nipples. I thought that was going to be it, and then the monster shows up. Then the monster starts fucking killing things. And then I saw that, yeah, it totally earned the R rating on that also. That was really cool. Anyway, writing here is actually really, really well fucking done. I genuinely enjoyed it. Acting. Now, where the characters are kind of flat and lifeless, there is some acting in this movie. Oh, dear God, it sucks. So the parents of this family, they are Raquel and Stan, are swingers. At least they've tried swinging a few times, and they bring this couple, Cherry and Spiro, over. By the way, the only reason why I even know these character names is because I'm looking at a cast list on screen right now. So just please, that's honest to God the only reason why I know these character names. So Spiro and Cherry, the actors playing them, oh fuck me dead, do they ever suck. Especially Cherry. I don't know who the fuck she is. I don't know who the hell Randy fucking Brooks is. Again, I've got the cast list right here. She is drop dead sexy. She is. But she has a voice that makes her sound like she's 5. Honest to God, her voice is this real high-pitched, almost childish-sounding thing, and it just seems weird. And she can't act. The bitch can't act to save her fucking soul. Every time that she speaks, I can't help but laugh, because I haven't seen acting that bad in so long. Oh my God. It was fucking hilarious. In fact, actually, a whole lot of the acting here is just really bad. Really just cheesy, shitty acting. And once more, it kind of sort of helps add to the whole feel of the movie, because this is, honestly, a really corny, cheesy flick. So I guess maybe to have semi-fucking bad acting, it kind of works. The problem is that everybody else tries, and then along comes the characters of Cherry, Spiro, Medusa. None of these people can act. Alright? I'm talking about Randy Brooks, Alejandro Rey, and Jennifer Richards. These people cannot act. Like, at all. And when any of them are on camera and speaking, just the whole quality of the film just dips. Everyone else is kind of sort of like hamming it up, but those three straight up suck fat dick when it comes to acting. So I can say that as a little bit of a bonus when it comes to acting. A lot of times as people are watching TV here, we see footage from old movies from the 1940s, 1950s. I'm talking, like, one of them that you see a lot of footage of is the infamously bad, and I still haven't seen this movie myself. I've wanted to, though. It's a movie called The Robot. It's a movie called The Robot Monster, which featured a monster called Ro-Man, which was somebody in a fucking gorilla suit and like a fucking deep-sea fucking diver's helmet. Real cheesy looking shit. Well, they fucking redub every single one of those bits. And the person who they brought in to do a whole lot of the dubbing is Frank Welker, legendary voice actor Frank Welker. He does a fantastic job here. He does an amazing job doing all of the shit he does for the various bits on TV. What he does there is awesome. And also, once more, a whole lot of our cast are turning in a really decent job, minus the 3 I listed. So, acting here, the acting here works. Okay, I'm just going to put it that way. The acting works for what this is. So, special effects. I want to talk about the monster. The monster looks amazing. Okay, the monster is a fantastically done puppet. Looks awesome in every single shot. The fact that it's also coated in slime just makes it look really cool. And every single time that it kills, it's amazing. A little bit of a plus side to this is I guess maybe this almost had to be a stylistic choice. But no one in this film ever actually bleeds fucking red. So anytime that the monster like digs its fucking claw into someone's head and sucks everything out and their head kind of like flattens out, you don't actually see red jutting out for blood. You see this green goop. Almost everybody essentially gets rendered down to these puddles of green goopy shit. And it looks awesome. It really does. One of my favorite kills has got to be, well, I'm not going to spoil which character it is, but when the character gets pissed off and he slaps the monster, the monster's got like a tongue with kind of sort of like a fucking like secondary face on it, and it like bites down, and it just basically kills this character slowly. And the fact that there's this little halo of green fucking goo directly directly around the puppet as it hits the actor's face looks really cool. Special effects here are fantastic if you're into just plain basic fucking puppeteering. There honestly is nothing ultra special here, but what is here works, and it works really well. Also, I need to talk about makeup effects, because we actually do see the alien who launches the monster into fucking space. His name is fucking Pluthar, and the actor's got this really awesome, scaly fucking, like, makeup friggin' job on his face. Looks awesome, looks fantastic. Looks a hell of a lot better than most other things in this frickin' movie. I am gonna tell you, when it comes to sets, the outdoor set, outside where the fucking dish is probably one of the corniest things you will ever see, because there is no depth beyond the fucking yard. The yard maybe goes out about 45 feet, and then you just see a wall with dark blue and fucking prick stars, and that is supposed to be your skyline. It looks so cheap, but I loved it. Whole lot of this shit actually looks really cheap or really tacky, and I loved every bit of it. This movie looks amazing, but I do have to stress that I am into this kind of thing. I'm really into corny, stupid, almost pointless movies like fucking this, so I am kind of biased. Ultimately, oh wait, I forgot to cover a few other things. Sound mix here is fine, our lighting here is really solid, our camera work is good, our soundtrack is really solid. I really liked the TerrorVision theme, which you hear playing over the opening credits. I heard it start playing over the closing credits. There also are a few other songs featured in here that sound really awesome. Ultimately, guys, when all is said and done, can I recommend TerrorVision? Yes, this thing, again, yes, if you're into cheesy 80s horror fucking comedy kind of things. Alright, I am just going to put it to you this way. If you watched movies like Ghoulies and Munchies and all of that kind of shit, and you thought that those were decent, this thing here is going to fit in kind of sort of nicely there, just simply in terms of the level of sheer cheesiness and goofiness pre-fucking zented there. And it's great. I personally thought it was an amazing movie. And I'm actually kind of happy that this fucking thing has freaking commentary. I cannot wait to listen to the commentary. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But yes, I can totally recommend this thing if you can find it anywhere. TerrorVision, I know, is on Blu-ray, and it actually is a 2-pack, because the person who sent it in, they sent it in as part of a 2-pack. Yes, I am going to be covering the other movie later on this friggin' month. But yes, TerrorVision, I can absolutely recommend it. This movie is awesome. And if you can find it on DVD, you can find it on Blu-ray. If you can find it on Netflix or whatever the hell, check it out. It is awesome. Now, as I stated, TerrorVision came off the Amazon wish list. I would love to tell you the name of the person who sent it in, but I never got a message from anybody telling me who sent it in. I didn't get anything in the Amazon invoice. I never got a message, never got a comment. So unfortunately, I don't know who sent it in. And that is really a pity, because this thing was really good, and I do want to thank whoever sent this in. So to whoever sent in this thing, I thank you. I had no clue what the hell I was getting into on this. And as I stated, when I first went into this, I honestly thought it was just going to be a horror movie straight up. I really wasn't expecting a horror, comedy, and I was pleasantly surprised by that. I had no clue on this thing. I honestly wouldn't have known if this thing was any good at all unless you sent it in. And to my mystery sender, I thank you. You're fucking awesome, and I would love to give you a shout out, but I've got nothing. I've got no information to work on, and unfortunately that means I can't give you a shout out, and that really, really sucks. But hey, who knows? Perhaps, honestly, that person doesn't, want a shout-out. At which point, that's totally fine. Still, though, to you, I thank you, because I was kind of curious about this one, and I was pleasantly shocked. Now, just as a heads up, yes, this Now, as I stated, this is a 2-pack. The other movie in here is going to be covered later on this month. In fact, I'm going to kind of spoil this. Almost this entire month is going to be nothing but 2-packs that have been sent in by you guys, save for one movie that's going to fall in the middle of the fucking month. But yeah, so at least you now know another movie that's coming on later this month. You know, I just mentioned Munchies, and I know I have Munchies on DVD. I think I see it right there. I'm going to go watch that, because similar to this, Munchies is almost painfully cheesy, and I love every second of it. I'm going to go watch that, because that movie is fucking amazing. And with that, my friends, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.